everybody. Anime Reflux. Scrolling up so that I can find the name of the show that we did this week.
Jormungandr, you asshole. World Serpent. God of War.
It's Jormungandr. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm not European, so fuck off.
I mean, he is right.
So, I think we all enjoyed Jormungandr.
No.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
No, you're not.
we enjoyed it, I think, is the right way.
So,
Yep.
I'm gonna backhand one of you fuckers.
You only wish.
so Jormungandr is a show about an arms dealer traveling with a child soldier and a group of other mercenaries. And I'm going to just start this off by saying I really like this.
Yeah. Kind of great. At least for this episode. I don't know if it stays great. God, I hope it stays great.
I want to watch more of this show already, so...
Yeah.
So do I. The opening music alone was enough to make me want to watch more of this show.
It felt kind of weird and off tone, but then the rest of the show was basically Metal Gear Solid. So it was like, okay, maybe this isn't so off tone because nothing is off tone for Metal Gear Solid.
So we start with a child soldier who was notices a plane flying overhead. It's like a plane just like the one that killed my parents. Just very like...
Not necessarily exactly the same one, but it's high-tech, high-end, expensive weapon of war style of plane.
With a payload of bombs, just like the bombs that killed my parents.
Yeah.
And he's just very, like, nonplussed about this. Like... And...
He's generic child soldier attitude.
Yeah, he's seen some stuff, man. And then we go to him basically being inducted into this organization of this arms dealer.
You forgot the most important aspect of that scene. He hates weapons.
Oh, yes, he hates weapons. And to be honest, why wouldn't he at this point? So, anybody else want to take it from here?
I mean, you started the intro, so I was going to let you run with it.
Okay, yeah. I'm just trying to remember the exact sequence of events here, because I'm pretty sure he just goes into the base.
Yeah, he's just there with Coco, who is the leader of this particular group of arms dealers. And she's like, hey, you're a child soldier. Welcome to our group of arms dealers. Is what we are. And we have 9 of us, and you are the 10th, I think it was.
No, I have 8 guys already, you're the 9th.
Okay, yeah. So, well, I guess in that case both were right, because there were 9 of them, and he is the 10th of them, including her. But yeah, semantics. Yeah, so she's like, okay, let's introduce you to everyone else, and everyone else is just kind of he's a child soldier. Okay, that's a little unnerving, but alright, let's roll with it. She's the boss.
Honestly, most of these guys didn't really stand out too much. They all seem like they could have interesting characters, but we don't touch on most of them very much.
Yeah, we get 2, I think, that really play any kind of role.
I get the
3.
feeling that
I'll
as
go
the
with
series
3.
goes, you're going to see more of them.
Probably. We've got... should I, or should we just keep going with the synopsis?
Let's just keep going with the synopsis. So,
As you say.
we've got... there is a thing that is going down. They have some gear they're trying to get to they're trying to sell, presumably, and it has to be moved. But customs of the place that they're in, wherever it was, I don't know whether they really specify.
Basically just Eastern Europe, that's all they said.
Yeah. The customs have seized it and are trying to just permanently seize it. So they're like, yeah, we need to go and get that back by whatever means are necessary. So Coco and Yona, as is his name, or Jonah, but they pronounce it Yona, are in one car, and there is a backup chase car that has a dude who smokes a lot, which was his character trait. He smokes a lot, and he just kind of doesn't give a fuck. Seems to be his character.
That's fine.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. For a first episode where they have 10 characters to introduce, yeah, sure, that's fine. And go with a medical eye patch, which is the white one with the straps on it, rather than the...
Piratey eye patch.
Yeah. Who is the overprotective underling archetype, who is very concerned that the boss is being left alone in a car with a child soldier who has a grudge against arms dealers, which, you know, kind of fair. Yeah, I'll grant to that one. So Coco gives a speech to Yona about how she did her research on him. She knows his history, she knows about his parents, she knows that he really hates weapons and he hates arms dealers. And she wants to convince him to love weapons.
Not love. I believe the word they used was accept.
Okay, yeah.
And
Granted.
while this is happening, he's not really responding to her. He's very closed off, and he's like, "What do we do if somebody's tailing us?"
Before that, I just want to note that while this whole speech is going on, he is just loading a rifle magazine the slow, actual way you load a rifle magazine by, you know, filling it with
the
bullets.
attention to detail is so great.
Yeah.
So then he cuts in and asks what they do, what her typical response is to trailers, and her answer is shoot first, ask questions never.
And he opens
So he does.
He opens the like a little moon roof there, stands up, and then starts shooting.
Yep. Takes down one car, there's a second car, and takes down that one as well. And she's like, okay, well, you know, warn me first, you scared the shit out of me. Which, okay, yeah, she's done this a lot, so I guess, yeah. And he's like, well, that's not going to be anything compared to what's about to happen.
Those are just scouts.
Yep, those are just scouts. And we get a cut of the person who ordered this tail and presumably hit, because, you know, they're not exactly using tasers here. And a tank rolls up, basically. Yeah. And, oh, wait, no. It was a tank and an APC, I think it was. Or an armored van. I can't remember. But it was something like that. Just a vehicle with a lot of dudes in it. So...
What a technical way to...
Yeah, well, I think it was just a van with armored plating, but, you know... I can't really do anything about it, so I just thought I'd enjoy it while it was going on. Yeah. Where were we? Right, the van. So both cars start
Bulletproof.
opening up on the van that tries to ram Coco's car off the road. And then Eye Patch Girl basically boards the van and kills all the dudes in it.
With a knife.
Yep. And they get into what looks like a more civilian area, like they were on the highway. And once they get to the civilian area, the enemy, I'm going to say, just for the sake of convenience, because we don't actually know who these dudes are, except probably government, they stop shooting and like, oh, this is probably fine. And then the dude in the tank just sort of pops out with a rocket launcher. So Yona decides to try and deflect the rocket with a grenade, which is an interesting technique. He decides to wait to throw it until, after the rocket's been fired, and then the grenade catches the rocket and deflects it into a car.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's how that works, but okay.
That... Again, Metal Gear Solid, I'll forgive a lot of weird things that shouldn't happen for the sake of a story that is kind of that, but an actual anime.
I know I'm cutting in at this point, but swear to God, when this show started and they were like on an oil rig or something off the coast, I was like, what the fuck are they doing at like Diamond Dog's headquarters? What is happening right now? Sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
Yeah, no, that's where that comparison came from. I saw that and I was like, okay, we're doing Metal Gear Solid.
Basically,
cool. Down for it.
It's Metal Gear, and our child soldier Johan is just Raiden.
Yeah, that added to it kind of. I was like, is that liquid over there?
You know what? I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I want to call out another detail that I really like that you don't actually see a lot in anime, but I am really glad to see. Eyelashes.
Yes.
Everyone has eyelashes, and the people with white hair that are surprisingly prominent, they all have white eyelashes. That's a thing. Yeah. Good attention to detail. Again, we said it with the guns, but people too. Detail. It's good.
Mm-hmm. Really like this art style.
Yeah. It's very sharp. So they deflect the rocket somehow. And how did they deal with...
Dude goes back inside to reload, and Kogo's like, he's going to shoot again. And Yona's like, no, he's not. So the second the dude pops up again, he just pops him with one shot in the head.
Oh, yeah, that was it. And then he slumps, but, when you die, your muscles contract. So he pulls the trigger on the rocket launcher, which is then pointing down, so he blows up his own tank.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then we get the scene with the official again, and he's like, well, all right then. It's kind of out of my hands now. I guess this country has to prepare for war.
Did my best.
So, yeah. Then it moves to... right, there was the nighttime bit where Coco's sleeping and, getting a full rest. Yona is in the corner, sleeping, slumped against the wall, and...
like a child soldier with problems.
Yeah. And one of the other dudes shows up to switch with him because they're doing watching shifts, because they're kind of... probably wanted by people a lot. So, yeah, they have people standing guard. I forget, there was a conversation that happened here, and I can't really remember what happened in it.
Oh, the dude explains why he works for Coco. Because it's fun, basically.
That was it. And then Coco is sleepwalking and tries to cuddle with the eye patch girl, I think happens. And then she just sort of sleepwalks out of her room into the hallway where Yona and that other dude are. They kind of lose track of the conversation, seeing a, let's say, early 20s girl without pants on, just sort of...
looking like a zombie?
Yeah. And the bathroom's back in there. And she...
turns like, no.
Okay.
That's a real life experience.
Yep. As quirks go, that's a fun one to have for a character. So the next day, they find out someone is trying to ship, I swear to God, a Hind D into the country. Like, they're not even subtle about their influences here. But
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Whole squadron of Hindies are being shipped. Got to stop that shipment.
God damn it, Liquid.
Yeah, so this is another arms dealer that's trying to... It smells blood in the water and it wants a taste, kind of thing. So, like, okay, we need to deal with this before it becomes a problem.
So I think you got some, like, sort of crackling on your end.
I'll check my audio devices 1 second.
Yeah, so... where were we? Oh, yeah, there was a thing going on, shipping more weapons in the country. And it's decided that Yona will be joining Coco again. Eye Patch Girl is with the intelligence guy, I assume, who naturally has glasses.
Yes. Defining character.
They got 10 characters to get through. If they can like dumb down some of their traits with physical attributes,
just shorthand this shit. Yeah.
So some people going over to negotiate with the colonel about stopping these Hindies. Other people are going to stay in contact with headquarters, colonel. Other people going to
tear shit up,
back up and recon and such. And then Johan, you're with me.
Yona.
Yeah.
Not Johan. And those two specifically are going to talk to the arms dealer himself, who is just an independent dude who's just kind of bleh. Oh, and we get a funny scene of the reason Coco is annoyed about this, because if this deal goes ahead, then, oh no, they might cut my pay, and she starts rolling back and forth on the table, which is cute, but weird.
It's honestly an interesting character. She's clearly this hardened, seasoned arms dealer, but she seems to act a whole lot like she's not a fully mature individual. That whole sleepwalking bit also contributed to that. She's not meant to be taken all that seriously.
And so on the car ride over, they have another conversation. I feel like there's going to be a lot of conversations going on in cars, to be honest with you.
Yes.
I feel like that's going to be a theme of the show. But
it's a conversation.
So this time, Coco explains why she is an arms dealer and why she, sells weapons, and somehow comes to the conclusion that it's for world peace. Okay.
World peace, yay!
I'm sure they'll explain that logic train eventually. But I can see some arguments to be made for it already. I mean, mutually assured destruction is literally this. So, they get to the place, and the dude's like, hey, yeah, I just moved, so all my business cards are in the boxes, but hey, I can make you some coffee. I'm super, kind of sleazy dude that's just kind of here trying to sell some weapons. You know how it goes, and all that kind of shit. Yeah. Little tells that just try and make you realize this guy's a shady dude in a world of shady dudes. Kind of. So they have a polite conversation that gets much less polite when he tries to strong-arm them by pointing out that he has snipers waiting, and if they try anything to deal with him, then snipers will just shoot them. And the deal's going to go forward, and screw them. He doesn't care. Right, and then basically it's just, hey, my guys already dealt with your snipers, so we also have people dealing with the military of this country who are already working on cancelling the deal. So, you're fucked. Little child soldier dude, pop him for me. Well, she doesn't say it, but dramatic hand gestures. It's anime, after all. So, yeah. That's pretty much that. And then Yona's cooking eggs because that is apparently a theme of their organization, that if they get someone new, then they have to cook eggs, because eggs are a metaphor for someone newly born into their organization, something like that. It was weird.
Was there really no connection to the phrase, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs?
I don't know. I didn't look that deep, dude.
Yeah, I don't think they made any particular mention of that.
I don't think they need to.
Yeah, so then it turns out that Yona is terrible at cooking eggs, I guess, because they hate it.
He sucks at cooking, but he still eats his own food emotionlessly. Like, I like this show.
Yeah.
Has a lot of thought put into it, a lot of attention to detail. And we were talking about how Coco seems immature. I think to an extent that allows her to more greatly contrast with Yona, who is a child but seems far more mature than like his years would normally be. So they kind of have this weird sort of contrast that I think is going to be a very interesting dynamic going forward.
I kind of disagree a little bit with the interpretation there of Yona. I think the idea with him is that he didn't mature, that he didn't mature enough to be childish, let alone...
That's also a valid interpretation of... But you can also... So you can look at them as if maybe they both didn't mature.
Yeah.
But in different ways.
Yeah.
And I mean, a hint of that is shown earlier in the show. There was that bit with that stuffed rabbit.
Yeah, we forgot the bit with the stuffed animal that falls into the car.
Yeah,
in
in the car.
And it made him laugh.
I like this show. I like this show a lot. I want to watch more of this show.
Yes. So do I.
I wonder if it's a good or a bad thing that the show's only 12 episodes long.
I guess I'll find out, is the answer to that question. I don't know.
Well, keep us posted, though that's assuming that we don't decide to watch it ourselves. I don't typically go for the whole, okay, you know what, forget it. I did like this. I wasn't sure I would, but yeah. It's dark subject matter, but it's not taken all that seriously. It's realistic, more or less, but at the same time, it's portrayed with an entertainment value, I guess.
It's realistic in the parts where it can have dramatic and visually pleasing flourishes. But beyond that, maybe a little not.
But yeah. So, 2 pleasant surprises in a row.
Yeah!
That's
Come
our
on,
record.
hat trick.
Oh, that's right. I wasn't on last time. How far have you guys actually watched in the show that we were supposed to do last time?
I still haven't watched more of it.
Has anyone watched more of it?
I didn't even get to watch the first episode myself.
Okay, because that show pissed me off about episode 3.
Really?
Wait, what?
The show you did last week, what's it called?
Suicide no Gargantia.
Yeah, that show pissed me off by episode 3.
Oh dear.
I'm super curious now because I haven't had a chance to see more of that. What was wrong with it?
I think that's a subject for another episode.
Not really.
Yeah, we can do that.
But, yeah, I think there was a reason why I did never finish Gargantia. So we might have been the same thing.
Can I just say it?
Yeah.
Okay, so in episode 3, pirates attack the place. And by the end of the episode, they're like, hey, dude, you're strong. Can you go deal with those pirates? And he's like, yeah, sure. So he goes and deals with them by, killing them. And he gets in trouble for that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't kill pirates, apparently. They're trying to kill you and take your shit. And I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, I agree.
A little
That's-
disappointing to hear.
Sorry. I think it was best you hear it from me before you watch it and get there.
You're not wrong. That would have wasted an hour.
I didn't remember that detail until you said it. It's like, oh, yeah.
Well, we have a replacement good show to watch instead. That's
One where it's like, hey, killed him.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, you're not.
okay. Are we gonna roll? We should roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 10.
J.
Again.
Wait, again?
J.
So we leave one J and come right back to...
Guarantee you this next J isn't going to be as good.
I'm betting on Justice League. Just
We've
to
got
shut it up.
That'd be outstanding.
We only have 10 options left.
All right. Justice League, 1 out of 10 chance.
Yep.
Come on. I don't know which number it is, but we get 7.
Ooh, so close.
Damn it.
Oh dear. The
Is
winner
it-
is Junketsu no Maria the Virgin Witch.
Okay. Alright. Fair enough. That's an image.
Indeed.
It's not that bad. The story follows Maria, the most powerful witch who lives during the 100 Years' War in France. She despises war, so she obstructs battles with her strong magical powers. Her meddling with her succubus Artemis and incubus Priapus... Really? Okay. Has caught the attention of the heavens, and so the Archangel Michael issues an... What the hell is this kitchen sink mythology? What the...
You ain't got to the real part yet. Get to it. Say it.
When Maria loses her virginity, she will also lose her magical powers. Naturally, it's magical girl. A beautiful angel named Ezekiel is supposed to watch Maria and make sure the witch does not use magic in front of people, but Maria continues to use magic anyways.
This is going to be trash.
Oh, God.
What?
So, you know how we said we had a few pleasant surprises in a row?
We have not made it to more than 2 in a row before.
Hey, who knows? This one, it might just be a bad summer.
Could you just put a link for it?
Yep. I
The
got you.
first episode might be good.
Slicer, what part of you believes that?
No part of it. My
You
mouth.
know what? Oh, no, I thought it had a dub. That was the next show. That was just because.
It does. It's just under the M section.
Oh, okay.
The English title for this is Maria the Virgin Witch.
Yes, I said that.
Yeah, and okay, yep. This is happening.
There's 10 left in J. If you veto this, you got to do it later.
The art's not
Has
bad.
anybody used their veto yet?
Nope.
No.
Wow, we're really holding on to those.
Nope. I'll tolerate it. It's fine.
It's not egregious sounding. Just it just seems like it's going to be a bit of a mess.
Bring it on. Let's go.
Is it full length?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, patient. That was your saving grace, but not
Almost.
today.
And it came out in 2015. I think I remember the title. I never watched
What?
this though.
Okay, I need to read the last couple of sentences of this dub summary. Though she is now labeled as a heretic, Maria adamantly refuses to heed Michael's warning and continues to disrupt the war between the two nations. But as the church begins plotting to take away the witch's power and put a stop to Maria's interference, and for all her peacemaking may soon come to an end. So, If I'm understanding those sentences right,
The church is going to try to get her raped.
yeah. I'm gonna save patient the trouble, veto. I'm not doing this shit. Nope.
All right then.
There's only 10 left. We're going to come back to it.
You don't know that's going to be in episode 1, but I mean, fair enough.
So, Maria the Virgin Witch is the new Queen's Blade.
We're going to get back to it eventually.
We are. It doesn't have to be today. I want to have good feelings and continue them. Please.
That's not how life works.
Well, Kenji, take it from the top.
If we're going to blow all our vetoes on trying to get a third good one in a row, I can respect that.
All right, 10.
You're
I am.
Okay.
That was good.
Funny. That was funny.
Yeah, okay.
It's 6.
Okay. F.
Okay.
Okay. 40.
40?
40 even.
Okay. So out of 40, we get 37.
37. The new winner is Future Boy Conan.
Future Boy Conan.
Okay.
Okay.
Future Boy Conan. Got it.
Future card buddy fight, guys.
Nope. Based on the incredible tale by Alexander Key. Oh. Okay. Post-nuclear future. That was weird to read. Earth has been almost completely submerged by oceans, so it's Waterworld. Industria and hypertechnological... I hate that shit. An hyper-technological isle is the new world capital. Conan is the only survived boy in the... Oh god, this summary is terrible. In the attempt of a bunch of...
Astronauts.
Okay, the font is already tiny. I don't need them to make up almost words for me to stumble over. Alright, let me try this again.
Conan is the only survived boy in the attempt of a bunch of astronauts to escape the Earth when nuke bombs were falling.
When nuke bombs?
What's the show called again? What's the show called again?
Future Boy Conan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find a summary that's not crap.
This is not crap. This is gold. What are you talking about?
He will meet a girl named Lana, brackets, Italian name, thank you.
Thanks.
And she will be kidnapped by Industria's soldiers. He'll go and try to rescue her.
Let me read an actual synopsis.
Please.
Okay, this is called Mirai Shonen Conan, or Future Boy Conan, aired in 1978, based on the novel The Incredible Tide by Alexander Key, released in 1970.
Read synopsis.
So the synopsis is, July 2008, mankind was faced with the threat of extinction. An ultramagnetic weapon, far more devastating than any nuclear weapon known, destroyed half the world in an instant. The Earth's crust was rocked by massive movements, the Earth was thrown off its axis, and the 5 continents were completely torn apart and sank deep below the sea. The attempt by a number of people to flee to outer space failed. Their spaceships were forced back to the Earth and vanished with their hopes shattered. But one of the spaceships nearly escaped destruction and crash-landed on a small island, which had miraculously survived the devastation. The crew members of the spaceship settled there as if there were seeds sown on the island. After years, a boy was born. It was a new life in the desert, a ray of light in the darkness of the annihilated Earth.
I like the go-go anime synopsis better. God, this is old.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
2008.
1978.
No, I mean, like, this is set in
The future of 2008.
Oh, God.
So the continent sank 11 years ago. Why didn't we hear about that?
Don't worry about it. We're all underwater.
Also, Africa, Asia, and Europe are apparently a continent.
So we're all underwater, right?
But I'll watch this show.
If we're all living underwater, like, is your great granddaughter
I
pretty fine?
need to learn about the nuke bombs.
Yeah. Yeah, that. This doesn't sound bad, honestly.
Really?
No.
Yeah. Maybe my standards have just been utterly destroyed by this show, but yeah, I don't know. It sounds interesting.
God, it's gonna be
Kenshi,
what?
You can stop this
Why would I do that?
because you want to burn up a veto to get 3 shows in a row.
No, I really don't, because burning a veto on the show isn't going to get rid of it.
It'll put it off until, a week when you might not be on. Like, I was conveniently absent for Queen's Blade.
Here's the thing: I don't have no idea. Listen, I don't hate this show that much. It's just gonna be old and it's gonna bore me. The concept will bore me. It's not a reason to not do it. I just don't want to.
Well, for all we know, it could be a third pleasant surprise.
It's much better than Maria the Virgin Witch.
I'm pretty sure that had meme potential, but we're never gonna know.
Yeah, I'm still okay with not watching the church rapist story. I'll still say I prefer this. I'm still not happy about this though.
I mean, you don't know if it was going to be Forrest either. I mean, they could have hired some Casanova guy. Who knows?
Okay.
Anyway,
On that note,
On what
we'll
note?
see you guys next week.
You don't get to do that. You don't have the power to do that.
I'm gonna let him.
I'm the one controlling the flow of Patreon, so yes, I have power.
I'm
So
okay with
everyone,
that.
thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with Future Boy Conan. I have the power, Zero.
Gasp.
There's
Bye,
a
buddy.
coup going on, and I don't have the strength of will to stop it right now.
I don't care. So
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.